Okay, so after seeing Momo struggle with the Cavern of Remembrance yesterday during a seed, I decided that I would make a bit of a helpful tutorial made specifically like for Randomizer, or just KH2 in general if you ever decide you want to do the super bosses, on how to get through the Cavern of Remembrance as easily as possible. I'm going to hopefully show a multitude of methods in this video on like how to get through things. This is on a level 1 crit file. This isn't randomized or anything. This is just a level 1 file that I have on the PC version of 2FM. So we're going to head into the cavern. And it's best to come here once you've gotten at least slightly decent movement, because there is some platforming involved in order to get through the dungeon itself. So basically, there's going to be 4 checks in the first room. There's going to be this first chest over here, right as you come in, it's right at the bottom. There's going to be another chest right there in the bottom left, and there's going to be 2 up here. Oh, I can't fucking platform for shit. I'll go this way. There's going to be 2 more in this room. The 2 on the bottom that I showed, and then you have 1 over here, and you have 1 up here on this rock. And those are the 4 chests in the first room. There are some, I believe, I think they're level 65, maybe. I know that they're stronger than any other enemy in the game, the heartless in this dungeon, that will spawn when you go down there, so you have to be careful. Maybe have like second chance once more, or reflect before you worry about grabbing those checks. And then as you come into here, there's a chest right here. And there's another chest right here. And those are the 6 basic checks that you can grab right as you come in the dungeon without having to worry about actually doing any of the fights. So, because a lot of people might be uncomfortable with doing the first fight, I'm going to show you how to do core skip, which is basically the only glitch in 2FM that exists, specifically very helpful for the randomizer, because it allows you to skip through and grab a ton of checks without actually having to do a lot of work yourself. So what you're going to want to do is have at least like a level 2 aerial dodge. Mine is level 3, so I'm more than prepared for it. And you also want to have master form with at least 1 fire. You don't need Firaga like I have, you just need a fire. And what you're going to do is you're going to line Sora up in this rock right here. You're going to dink off the wall after jumping, and you're just going to jump forward and just hold forward on your left analog stick. And eventually, after a few tries, Sora will clip through the wall. It's pretty precise. And sometimes he likes to grab that ledge that hangs out a bit. So, it might take you a few tries to get it. I might just edit this out until I finally get it. Okay, there we go. So basically, once you get it, you're going to be clipped out of bounds like this, and Sora's going to be grabbing on the ledge like he's holding it from the other side, but he's going to be grabbing it from out of bounds. And what you're going to want to do is drop down, aerial dodge, go into master form right as you aerial dodge. So you want to have it like preset on your drive menu. And then you're going to go into master form and aerial dodge and try to grab the ledge on that wall right there. You're going to grab it from out of bounds. If you do it too much, you're going to go back inbounds and you'll have to clip back out again. So let's see if I can get this first try here.
Let's go.
Okay, there we go. So once you're out of bounds like this, you're going to want to turn around. The best way to do it is to go into first person and just turn 180 degrees. And as you turn around, you'll be facing this tunnel. And this tunnel is basically the loading zone for the rest of the cavern. Because you can skip the first fight by clipping out of bounds to that tunnel, because the game won't understand that you haven't done the first fight, and as a result, the rest of the cavern will just be automatically set up for you without any of the enemies spawned, because it doesn't think you've cleared the first fight, so it won't spawn any of the enemies in the rest of the cavern. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this. You're going to want to probably, let's see if I have fire shortcutted. No, I don't. I'm going to shortcut Firaga. And then you're going to go back into third person, jump, aerial dodge, and then just do a single fire. And you've done core skip. And now that we've done that, there's another check here. And you can actually break this rock here. And I'm not doing any damage because this is level 1. And what breaking this rock does is it basically makes it so that you can go in and out of the cavern at will without having to do the skip again. Like, let me show you. If I decide that I want to head out of here because I don't have enough movement to be able to do the other puzzles, then I can just go back to the garden, go to another world, and get some more checks. And then if I go back into the cavern, since I broke that rock, I'm actually going to put a form boost on to make sure that I can stay in this form longer. If I go back in and go right to where I broke that rock, then I can just keep going through the cavern like nothing happened. So keep that in mind. So as you come in here into the mining area, there's another chest right here.
Okay.
And then the best way to turn on these valves, if you have final form, is throw on like a keyblade that has a fire boost on it. Let's see here. I think that's on final form, yeah. So if you don't have a fire boost, then if your magic stat is good enough, you'll be fine regardless. This is on level 1, so I do need a fire burst. And you can just kind of go back and forth using the way that Master Form Firaga kind of makes Sora drag with him.
Okay.
I kind of fucked up because my keybinds are a little different. Hopefully I can still get this. Yeah, you have a lot of time to do it. So even though I messed up, I still got it. It takes them a while to recharge. And what this does is it turns on the rest of the cavern, so you can platform through it just as normal. Alright, so now to get up to the next level, you're going to want to jump, aerial dodge, and then do a few fires until you're like clipped through the wall like this. And then you're just going to want to revert, aerial dodge, grab that ledge, and now you can get all the rest of the checks. And I'll show you where all these checks are. There's one right here. There's another one right over here. You want to grab this tornado thing. You want to go up. And there's another check right here. Like so. And then there's 3 more over here. There's one right here. There's one right here in this corner. And there's another check right here as well. And you can move right on to the next room, which is directly behind those checks. And there's a chest right here. And this is the aerial dodge gate right here. So basically what the aerial dodge gate is that the cavern is designed in a specific way to ensure that the player can't get through it as easily unless they have maxed out dry forms. Because it's a post-game dungeon and the developers wanted to ensure that the players had really put the work in and maxed out their forms before coming to what is essentially the hardest part of the entire game. Because if you're not here without the right setup, you're not going to get through it. So the devs put in these platforming puzzles in place that aren't possible unless you have the correct movement forms for it, the movement abilities that you get from leveling up your forms, so that you can't cheese your way through it. There is a cheese method. Since I have level 3 aerial dodge, I'll be able to get through it just fine. But if you don't, what you want to do is you want to quick run, aerial dodge under that that barrier there, and then you want to reflect. And since that keeps Sora in air long enough, it gives you enough time to go into Master Form and get another aerial dodge off for free, and you'll go right over the bar. It's probably the easiest way to put it. But since I have level 3 aerial dodge, I'm just going to quick run, aerial dodge, and there you go. It's aerial dodge gate. This would usually have a mob fight here, but since we did core skip and the game doesn't know that we've gotten past the first barrier, since that fight hasn't been completed, that mob gate, as well as all the enemies in the engine chamber, are just completely despawned. They don't spawn because the game just doesn't understand how we managed to get through here. It doesn't think we're here yet. So once you're in the engine chamber, there's another check right here. And you're going to go around this way. Usually these would have a bunch of steam coming out without aerial recovery. It's really annoying if you get hit by it because you just keep getting stunned trying to get through. There's another check right there. You're going to quick run over to here. And then you want to go this way. You want to stop right here. Come over here. There's a check here. And there's another one right here. And those are the last 2 checks in this room. And then you just want to go through this door. And there's one more check right here. Now there is another check on the other side of this wall. It's right there. And since we did core skip, the game puts an invisible barrier on this glide gate so that even if you have level 3 glide, you can't get up there. So the only way you can get that last check, which rarely you will ever need it. I've never, ever, ever had a seed. I've played over 100 seeds. and I've never had an important check be in that chest. There might be some logic in place to ensure that it can't go there. I've had important checks in this chest, but I've never had it in the glide gate chest. And I think that's just a logic thing that the rando devs put in place. I could be wrong. But the only way to get that last check and make the invisible wall disappear is you have to do the mob fights legitimately, because that'll despawn the gate. Alright, so now I've shown you how to get through it with core skip, and I'm going to show you how to get out safely, because if you go back the wrong way, you're going to get clipped out of bounds, and you're going to get stuck. So the way you do it is you just want to go back the way you came, through the engine chamber. Like so. You don't want to drop down because that's where the fight is down there. You want to come back this way, go through this door. And then you're literally just going to come back the exact way you came by clipping up here with Master Form. Like, there's the valves, so we just go this way. And then this is the rock exit, and we're out of the cavern. And that's basically how you can safely get just about every check in the Cavern of Remembrance without having to worry about doing the, like, really difficult mob fights. It's super easy once you get the hang of it. Just make sure you have Master Form and you have a fire. If you don't, there is a way to do it with Combo Master, but it's a lot riskier and not as safe, so I wouldn't recommend it. I would just recommend finding a fire and doing it that way. Because Master Form Fire just launches you forward so much that it makes it super easy to clip out. But yeah, that's basically how you do core skip. I hope this helped anybody that's deciding to pick up KH Rando, or anybody that's gotten into it but is kind of bad at the cavern fights and wants an easier way to get around them so that they don't have to do them while they're either under-leveled or they don't have the right tools. So yeah, I might do another video explaining how to get through the cavern legitimately, just like basically a tutorial on those first 2 fights if you really want that last check, but I'm not sure if I will, because I'm pretty sure rando logic ensures that nothing can be put in the last check. So yeah, that was core skip. Thanks.